First off, man, I want to send a big shout out to every brother pumping them Big John, Little John dogs, every kennel, every sister. They got them Big John, Little John dogs. Today I'm out here at YSL, just letting them get some exercise, stretch them limbs. Got the flirt pole, got a piece of hide on the flirt pole. The hide is hard right now. That's what when I was talking about different styles of hide, that's deer hide that she has right there. Cow hide even be even harder than that. But once she bites it a little bit and get it, a little wetter, it'll soften up. But yeah, I'm just taking it out, letting her stretch a little bit, letting her run around. YSL will be 5 months and a few more days. Now, normally, when it comes to the flirt pole, I can switch the length of the rope up. The length I got on the rope right now is rather long. Normally I wouldn't have it like that. If I want them to make sharper turns and move a little faster, I'll shorten my rope up. That way I got more control over my hide. Now YSL will push the hide all day. But one key factor, and I always tell brothers and sisters, when we out working these dogs like this, it's best to never let your dog quit working. Stop the play, stop the activity way before your dog gets too tired, to where he want to quit. You don't want to train your dog to quit anything. And if he see that he can sit down while you flirt poling, or she can sit down while you flirt poling, and then the activity's over, they can go get some water and relax, then they'll do just that when you go compete in some type of competition. One thing we all know, these dogs are super smart, So basically what I'm doing, I'm letting YSL chase the flirt pole, but I'm switching up her activities at the same time and let her run out and chase the ball so she won't get bored, and just to stretch out a little bit more than what the flirt pole can do. Just playing with the dog, man, having fun with her, that's about it. No type of real obedience training or anything like that. Just out having fun, enjoying ourselves. When she get older, when she's 2 years old, when it comes to flirt poling, I won't have a problem with flirt poling. When it comes to throwing a ball or making her play fetch when we in the field by ourselves, I won't have a problem with none of that type of stuff. Because it's the type of stuff she's used to on a daily basis. Now, right here, I can kind of show you what this flirt pole is good for when I don't got my super heavy dogs up there. She gonna hang, I can use it as a spring pole and a flirt pole. Once I stick it in the ground, it's strong enough to brace any dog. I just gotta have it long enough. That's when I say the rope gotta be long enough. It just depends on what activity you're trying to do, on how long you're gonna make your rope. Even when it comes to exercise, can you imagine having a 1.5-year-old dog that really doesn't get walked and never was played with as a puppy really too much? He can't give you that same output at the beginning. Just say if we going in an 8-week keep, you gotta be careful with him because he's not even used to his heart pumping that hard yet. When you start these puppies off young, let them get exercise, let them stretch, let them breathe. They learn how to build up that second wind. You can't, she'll pretty much learn how to build up a second wind on her own just by playing out, throughout her life. Now right here, I'm just letting YSL carburetors pump, what I call letting the carburetors pump. So if I was working her in a keep when she's get about 2 years old, when she's breathing like that, I'm looking at her saliva. I'm seeing, is it the white, thick stuff or is it watery? You always want the saliva coming from the dog mouth watery. Once you get the foamy saliva, you're dry. Somewhere or another, your dog is dry. He's not producing the type of liquid the body needs. So we need to, maybe worm them. Check the blood count. It's quite a few things, that, could be the reason. But it's always best to have water dripping from the tailpipe. Paying attention to your puppy is a key factor. If I was deciding to do some type of obedience training or any type of training with YSL, what I found out from her first 4 months of her life is she's toy driven more than she's food driven. So when I want to train her, the toy is going to be my best option. The food is great, but she's so hyper when I go to bend down to put the food to her mouth, she's not even trying to smell for the food. She's jumping up, hype, hype, hype. When it comes to any of the kennels that got the Big John line, the Little John line, you know, any of y'all brothers or sisters, these dogs been acting like this for the last 30 years. This isn't something I did. You know, that's why I like, the dogs I like. By breeding great bulldogs to great bulldogs, them brothers produce intelligent, hard-working pit bulls. You know, I'll be lying to you if I say every day of the year is gonna be sunny. You always have the bad apples in the bunch when you're doing breedings. But the thing is and the goal always is to shoot for high percentages, and that way you can kind of start predicting certain things. Certain things I automatically know is in each and every one of these brothers, Big John and Little John, pure Big John and Little John dogs. I don't have to see the dog. It's certain traits and certain ways these dogs act that I automatically know is there. Yeah, I've been with them RedBoy Jocko dogs for a long time, man. I remember the days where, the RedBoys, at least certain strains of RedBoy Jocko, you didn't look for it to start up until it was over 2 years old. Late starters. But when they cranked up, they was phenomenal. And a lot of times, I gotta keep putting emphasis on this. A lot of times, these dogs, like I always say, they have their own personalities. A lot of the times, these dogs, they want to be a one-man dog. They want all your attention. If they get mediocre attention for their first year and a half, it's liable to do anything, to their far as their confidence and starting up early and all that type of stuff. When you take these dogs and, like I said before, you treat them like kings and queens from puppies, you treat them like champions from puppies, whether it turn out for you the way you wanted to turn out or not, you gonna treat this dog like he gonna be that one. So whenever he does be that one, there's nothing you surprised about, because you was telling him this from the start.